always remembering that your customers have a relationship with you. And again, if you're a huge company and a giant brand, the equation's totally different. But for entrepreneurs and small businesses, it really is about you.
Hey everyone, James Martin here. Welcome to MatchCut Media and Promotion. We're here to help you add value to your business through video content, because we believe that when you add value through your content, it'll help you find the right clientele, help you increase the trust with your clientele, and help you convert more sales. Today is another part of our special video series. I'm talking with Jim Lowe from Assisting You Social. They are social media experts and definitely some very key people into listening to and getting tips from when it comes to learning how to grow on social media and let that grow your business. So thank you so much, Jim, for coming on board.
Thank you for having me. I'm a big fan of the series. Assisting You Social is one of Central Ontario's fastest growing social media management firms. We were founded in Midland about 5 years ago. We now have 2 full-time offices, one in Midland, one right on Bayfield Street in Barrie, which we're filming from today. We have a team of 7 working with almost 100 local businesses to help them create, manage, and maintain their online digital presence. We work across the board: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google My Business, to help small businesses connect with customers.
Fantastic. Make sure you stay and watch the entire video to get excellent value. Coming up, let's talk about how to get more followers. So this is, I know, a really popular question, especially I think with Facebook, especially Instagram, because it's so hot right now, maybe even with Twitter and other stuff. What are some of the key ingredients to gaining more followers?
All right, here's where we blow this whole interview up. Followers are one of the least important things when it comes to measuring the impact of your social media. Every time I sit down with a new client, they're focused on how can I get to 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 followers. Because obviously Facebook and Instagram and Twitter put that big metric on the front of every page, and it becomes an issue of bragging rights. Hey, I've got 1,000 followers and my competitor down the street only has 300. Having a lot of followers doesn't matter if they aren't engaged with what you're doing, and critically, if they're not going to spend money on you. So in terms of Facebook followers, for example, it's far more important to get your content shared by those followers, to be sharing it yourself into local groups and getting exposure for it to break you out of that silo. Because whether it's 1,000 or 10,000 followers, if it's the same people and they've already spent money on you, or they're going to spend $200 a year on your business no matter what, it doesn't matter that they're following your social media. They need to be engaged and they need to be driving new opportunities for you. Now, that's how I'm still going to answer your question, but I wanted to address that. It'll sound trite, but having engaging content, especially video, is a way that will get you followers, because people see something they like, they enjoy the content, and they want to see more of it. It's one of the reasons why with Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, we build curated content into all of our packages for clients, because it's not just about if all you're doing is talking about your business, well, why would I like your page? Unless I need video done, I'm not going to like your page if it's just hire me, James, to do video. However, and you're really good at this, so I know I'm preaching to the choir, if you're providing tips and interesting things like this video series, well, suddenly I want to follow your social media accounts, because you're giving me value. Whether I do business with you or not, I see value in that. And of course, a smart business person knows that if you hook them that way, then you can start introducing your products, your services, etc. And if someone's watching your video, every week they tune in to see a new video by James Martin, then, when they need to hire someone to film some videos for their website or for a new advertising campaign, who's going to be top of mind?
The person they see the most.
Exactly. So again, offering value in your content is the single best way, other than buying followers who will never bring you a cent of money. It's the single best way to build up your follower base.
Totally. And I love the fact that you mentioned like 2 really, really important facts, which is, number one, we spoke about the difference between I guess the terminology is fake followers versus genuine followers. So as I said, like the followers that are not just following you, but eventually might even be interested in your stuff. And if not even purchase from you, at least like and comment and share your content and the adding value part.
If there's one thing I can warn people about, it's be cautious of someone who focuses on a big followers number when they're trying to sell you social media. So an author friend of mine, before we started working together, his publisher had managed his social media channels, and he had thousands of Twitter followers. I looked at it, he came to me and he said, I don't think my social media is working. And when I looked at the top number, I thought, are you kidding? People would kill to have that many followers on Twitter. But then I looked deeper, and the followers weren't, many of them weren't real followers. They weren't in his market. They didn't resemble at all anyone who would buy his books. And all they did was follow other authors on this publishing company's accounts. So it was useless. It was a number that was just promoted there to say, hey, look at how we're doing. We've got you 5,000, 10,000 Twitter followers. I mean, you're doing awesome. But then the book sales would just be
exactly.
Because those people, the ones who were real were, all around the world and had no interest in, a book focused on Canadian business people. So just be very cautious of that. I read recently that influence, moving Twitter to Instagram, someone just did a study of Instagram influencers in Australia, and 13% of people who were self-described influencers had more than 20% of their followers fake accounts. So, they've gone out, they've spent some money to boost their ego or their profile to say, I have X number of followers. The problem is, they're not real, and people see through that.
So you mentioned about engagement, which I think is super important. One of the things that I'm even trying to figure out that I think would be really, really helpful to everyone else is how can we increase that engagement? I know that there's trends like there's question of the day, which I'm even experimenting with. I believe Facebook has polls now that you can add to the end of your videos. What would be the best way to really increase that engagement?
Hire Assisting You Social.
Good one.
I wish I could answer that, but I don't think it would be fair to the people watching this video to just throw out a response, because it really depends on who your audience is and who you are. Friend of mine, and he's not a client, he handles all of his social media himself. He builds things out of Barnboard, and he gets tremendous engagement on his posts by just posting pictures of his work. We both know Ian McIntosh, the photographer. Same thing. If Ian puts up a photo of Barry, he'll get unbelievable engagement. Now, both those men are very talented at what they do, and they're artists, so art is easier to drive engagement than selling stocks or massages or whatever. Humor, again, as we talked about earlier, humor can go a long way as long as it's appropriate and you don't overdo it. Human interest and personalization. One of my clients owns a wellness clinic, and when they put up pictures of the staff, so they have an RMT on staff, they have a chiropodist, they put up a picture of that person, they get engagement because their patients love them, and they're bringing pain relief and wellness into these people's lives, so they react to that. Like, oh, there's Brittany or there's Jasleen, they do so much for me. They respond to that. So always remembering that your customers have a relationship with you. And again, if you're a huge company and a giant brand, the equation's totally different. But for entrepreneurs and small businesses, it really is about you. And that can be scary for some business owners. Like some of our clients, we've had to drag kicking and screaming to be at all part of their brand, because I don't like being in front of the camera or whatever. And there are a few who absolutely refuse, and we work around that. But if you can bring your personality into it and show people the passion that you have for what you do or what you make or what you sell, you're going to get greater levels of engagement.